Says it's starting. Says we're live. All right, man. So you're doing the Pancakes heist. That's from Fargo, I think.
Yeah, it's one of Peter Stormare's lines when they're driving to the Twin Cities there, and Stormare's character wants pancakes again, and he says, "So we go to Pancakes' house." And Fargo's it's a great movie anyway, and it's one of my favorites. And I said, "Why not?" I was gonna call it something else. I was gonna, because I'm a big Primus fan, you know. So I was gonna call it. One of my favorite tracks is called "American Life." And so I'm like, oh, I'll call my podcast American Life. And then my buddy's like, you know, there's like a gigantic podcast called This American Life, right? And I'm like, oh, really? Whoops. Okay, I'll change it.
Could you not like do the American Life and
No, it would have looked too fucking similar. I'm glad it was brought up because I was about to make a gigantic mistake.
I'm such a clickbaity guy. Like I've on occasion stolen people's podcast names because I don't think you can copyright a like a YouTube video title.
Well, hey, man, I mean, they're branded. It's it's their branding. It's like those what's that other?
Yeah, I know. Like it's not like they're incorporated.
I'm not about that shit. I don't like Night Vale, but they're very popular.
Sorry, you broke up there at the end.
Oh, sorry. It's like the branding. It's like with that. There's a podcast called Welcome to Night Vale.
I don't know what's that about.
It's like storytelling. It's about this fictional town called Night Vale. It's like this AM station. They tell stories about like what's going on in the town.
So it's like an actual radio news show.
Yeah, it's fiction. It's fiction, but I'm not so much about it. But their branding is such that to name your podcast anything close to that would probably just be a mistake.
Stuff, man. Like I did like a couple of short horror films, and I ended up bumping heads with a couple of these guys who do like creepypasta stuff. Like they just go on Reddit and find like a creepy story and they read it in like a spooky voice, and they get mega views.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm for being like a make-believe 14-year-old Vincent Price with no voice but a good microphone,
I'm 10 years late to fucking making videos for people. So I don't care about hits and views and shit. I don't care. I'm just having fun.
Yeah, but that's half of it is having fun. Half of it's who you get to view. Like you don't want to be 24/7 type of guy like the main man Kyle Zion Z, who's just the fucking.
I mean, the difference is, I mean, like I don't care about making a show about some other dude that I'm not interested in. Like I have interests in things that are away from who's talking shit about who and who said what on Reddit, and that's the kind of thing that I would just rather stick to. Honestly, it's because it's not fun. Like I'd rather make a fucking 12-minute video about the Terminator than talk about board gossip, because it's just, to me, it's more interesting.
Oh, I understand. That's the sort of crap I'm into as well. I'm not saying it's crap. I'm saying it's it's the sort of stuff I'm into. Like I just mean crap as in stuff, not shit or whatever. Can I say that? Probably. But like I don't know, like what people want, but obviously, like when I see a guy pissing on the floor on a live stream, I know he's gone too far. I watched your interview with him, and I thought that was hilarious. Like just where he was, did he sidestep that, or did he do anything to talk about that at all?
About the piss? Well, he never did. I don't think he's denied it. He didn't deny it. I offered him. I told him that if he would subscribe to my Patreon page, that I would, for every month that he subscribed, I would send him a ceiling tile. But so far, he hasn't taken me up on it yet. Maybe it's because I should make the level. It'll be the cyan ceiling level.
You know what? He's the guy I think eventually will get the Danny Golightly interview, and he's gonna win a Putler Prize for it. It's gonna be.
She wants.
Can you do an impression of him?
I don't. I would try, but I don't have any marbles to put in my mouth right now.
He's like the godfather of Opie and Anthony podcasting.
It sounds like he's always. It sounds like he's always doing his show straight from the dentist.
You come to me.
You got a root canal.
On the wedding of my daughter. What did he say? I can't even remember. It's been so long since you've seen the Godfather. I don't know. I don't even know like what he would ask. I haven't watched this channel since your big interview, but I'm sure he's got some zingers up there.
I don't know. I was just feeling it, so I was just like, you know what? I was like, let me go upstairs. Let me fucking turn my mic on. Let me just be like, because it was like 1 a.m, and I'm just like, wake up, stupid, let's go. And then I just
I don't even understand how you got his fucking phone number, but I was about to
drink a pint of whiskey because he submitted a copyright. Oh no, yeah. I submitted one against him because he used my podcast or whatever. Oh. So when I got his appeal, I got his phone number, so I just called him.
Man, I just remembered actually he gave out his phone number because he was taking call-ins a whole bunch of times, and then he was doing like a serious big interview with the guy Taft Pattern. And he's just a guy. He uploads Opie and Anthony like a 24/7 like stream of.
I don't get it.
It's like Opie and Anthony's live, but it's not. It's just recordings going on. Like it's like a recording after. It's just like a YouTube channel people can tune into. You know, when you're at work or you're in your car or something, pretend like it's still going. Cool. It's fucking 10 years ago, but yeah. I gave his phone number out on a Discord, and everybody started calling him. But every time they called him, they knocked him off the live stream because he was just. I think seriously, he was just using his phone at the start.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't seem to have good equipment. I mean, he's always blocking his face with like some cube speakers, and like, I don't get it. Why be on camera? Like, what's the point?
I think that's just a gig. I think he's got to the point where that's the way he likes it. You know, he wants to be like Wilson in Home Improvement, the head over the wall. It's all right. I mean,
that's why I don't do it. That's why I'm not on camera, because like, A, who wants to look at me? B, like, what am I talking about that you need to look at me while I'm talking?
I gotta say this from your Twitter profile. Have you crop the top of your head off because you're going bald, or what is that?
No, it's actually it's well, yeah. I mean, I shave my head anyways, but wait, let me pull up that picture just so I could look exactly at what you're looking at too. Because I know that it's
like just right at the top, you know, just where the hair would be. It's like what's his name? That journalist, that crazy journalist, Kurt Eichenwald. I remember he did. Yeah, like
no, it's I should post the original, because in the original I'm unfortunately cropped as well, but it wasn't on purpose. I make no bones about my hair. I say to everybody, it'll happen to you, sir. You think time will stop for you? Oh,
hey, do you know the funny thing about going bald is you have to be alive to go bald, but when you're dead, your hair is still going to grow. So, you know, well, it's a great irony of
the way I look at it is, I used to care. I used to wear hats all the time. I used to really give a fuck. But it was weird. Like when I stopped wearing hats, I started getting better looking women. So I said, you know what? Fuck this shit. Just go in style, bro. Just go like Bruce Willis. Go like fucking. Who's that fucking dude? The transporter motherfucker, right?
Yeah, Jason. I don't understand why Willis went for the head shit. I think he should just he should have kept that kind of balding look, and yeah, like I don't think it would have stopped Bruce Willis from doing movies like Die Hard 3. He still had the hair, and
dude, I just saw that fucking. I love Death Becomes Her. That's I haven't seen it in forever. I gotta. You know what? Fuck you, dude. I'm writing that down because I wanted to watch that. Now you're gonna listen to me type.
That's what I want to see again. Like it's a long time. But I don't know. I guess in this day.
You see the Death Wish remake?
I haven't seen it yet. I really wanted to see it, and then I saw the Grindhouse trailer, and I said to myself, I don't want to see this anymore. It looks stupid.
Dude, you know
watch it whenever comes out in TV.
If you think that it's gonna be like Bronson-esque or whatever, it's not. But it is what it is, and it's just a Bruce Willis movie.
Looked like a trauma film from the last thriller I saw.
Dude, I went in expecting a real piece of garbage, but I came out just. I mean, it wasn't great, but it was exactly what I wanted it to be. And
But the first
better
trailer they put out looked good, and then the second trailer just looked like, oh man, tongue in cheek.
Nah, just go check it out. It's fine. Nah, it's okay.
I'll check it out eventually. I've never got off Death Wish 2, to be honest with you. I like Death Wish 2. It's strong, but I think it's because it's got that Jimmy Page soundtrack. The first one's got Charles Mingus. Who's doing the soundtrack in the first one?
I don't remember, to be honest.
It's a good soundtrack, but it's surprising that they got the guy in. But it's the same with Jimmy Page in the second one. And they got some of these zinger soundtrack things, like you go listen to A Shadow in the City, and it's great. It's a great tune. I think they just reused it over and over again in the next couple of movies, but I'm sure by 5, like, they're probably just in one room and there's a shootout going on. Like, you know, it seemed like the budget was going.
I'm just bugging out that we're like across the world from one another and we're just kind of talking. Like, if this was the 90s, the long distance bill would be like fucking $700 already.
Yeah, man. Even if we were on the internet, the minutes would be piling up. You know,
yeah, like man. Dude, when my first internet experience was, you know, AOL, when they would send you the floppy disks in the mail. And our plan, because it was expensive, dude. It was like $25 a month, and that got you 10 free hours. And then for every hour over 10, it was $5. So my parents didn't want to spend too much money on fucking internet, so we had a $50 what was it, a $50 cap. So once we had another 10 hours after the first 10, we were limited. So, and my dad was a fucking internet addict, and this motherfucker, sometimes he would like forget and he would leave that shit on and like go to bed. And then we just wake up and like, dude, I'm like 13 trying to talk to some girl down the block or whatever, and now I can't respond to my motherfucking emails because my stupid dad left the internet on. Like, kids will never know about that stuff. Back in my day,
yeah, internet ran out. But like the only problem similar to it at the minute is like data plans on phones. Excuse me.
Yeah, but I mean, even now, I mean, who really ever runs out of data?
Yeah, but that's unless you're using your phone all the time to like live stream or something, you know, like Kyle. That is fucking ruthless.
I don't know. Can you live stream? Can you live stream with a Cricket phone?
A what phone? What's a Cricket phone?
Maybe that's just in North America. It's like, you know, the prepaid phone.
Oh right, yeah, probably. It'd probably burn your fucking money down. But the amount of time he's doing, like, I don't think he could be doing it. But yeah, I mean, like this whole live streaming on YouTube, it's so much handier. I don't understand, right? Okay, like I'm going to talk about the old guys here, Opie. I don't understand what the fuck like. He's got what 100,000 people on YouTube, and he's fucking streaming off his phone, doing these fucking bullshit pop-up shows.
Dude, I know about it, but I just can't bring myself to like watch one of these things. I mean, look, it's as easy as buying a microphone. I mean, you plug a.
What do you even need that for? You got a fucking mic on your fucking laptop. If you got 100,000 fucking people watching you, and you're Opie fucking Greg Opie Hughes, like you're gonna fucking load it up, and you're gonna get like 100. 500, 1,000 easily.
I agree. I mean, look how Bill Burr started, you know, his Monday morning podcast. I mean, he was just basically, excuse me, he just had a digital recorder, and he would just start talking by himself in his hotel room, you know, and it became a big podcast. So, you know, if you want to call yourself a broadcaster or whatever, I guess minimally you should be able to at least do that. So I just don't know why that's a thing, and like, why do you need to be signed to do a podcast? I don't get that. I don't get why you said you were going to start it and then it's still not here yet. I mean, there's a lot of things I don't get.
I think he's got something in his head that he has to sign a contract to do any work.
I guess,
you know
man,
what I mean? Like, you know, I think he's old school about it, and he's I still don't understand why Kubrick made the Compound Media. To be honest with you, put it all behind a paywall and store it all yourself. Like, you got that channel there, you could just, you know. Anything he uploads, if he uploads a fucking show on there, like, I'm sure it does more numbers than he's fucking seeing behind the scenes. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure people. Yeah, I'll tell you what, man. I've heard stories. Like, I know people are fucking ripping that shit as soon as it goes up, but I also know people who fucking signed up at the start and they're still getting access and they're not paying anything to. So how many are slipping through the fucking walls?
Yeah, it's not very. It's not a secure compound, is it?
It's not a secure compound, man. His fucking like, I don't know what it is. He wants to have a legal hold on, but he might as well be just faffing out. Like, he goes on YouTube now and does like a gaming stream, and he can't get anyone, but he puts a fucking show up. He can get a lot of. He can get like what do you call it? 5 digits, 6 digits, maybe.
It's just, I mean, it's a green screen show with no reason to have it. You know what I mean? It's just like, you know, if Tosh didn't show videos over his shoulder, why would he need a green screen? And I feel like it's the same thing over there. It's like, you know, just to use the green screen for the sole purpose of virtual sets, it's just wasted. So why are you doing it? You might as well have spent your money on a real desk and a real set, because it would look a million times better. I mean, the way it looks now is a joke. It looks like a bad public access show. It's terrible.
You used to have a desk, right? But I think that's in his basement, right?
Yes, yeah, but even still, I mean, those sets didn't look that great either. They look blurry. It looks like someone smeared Vaseline all over the camera.
Yeah, but the
backgrounds are crystal clear. It doesn't make any sense. That's not how an eyeball works. That's not how vision happens.
But he thinks they're shooting for HD, but like, they should be in focus in the background. Yeah, I don't even know if the cameras are man. I think they just have the cameras set up and they don't pull a focus for every episode. You know, I think there's just like 3 guys working in a like it was a fucking radio show or something like that.
I would imagine that there would be some kind of, you know, studio setup operating procedure in place, but I mean, who the hell knows?
What fucking studio, man? I mean, like it's a studio in his head. Like, it's not a fucking like.
No, I mean, I've never been there, but I mean, apparently they have a space, I guess, and you know, they're renting a space somewhere. Beats me. I mean, they're not doing it in a basement. They have an office.
Yeah, but if it's in its fucking basement and they're running it all from wherever, Long Island, right? I don't understand why they'd have to have one in the city, except I guess he has to pay for like another fucking area. He has to double his equipment over, or he moved everything from the basement out because nobody wanted to come out to him, so he had to come in to get them. But
it just seems like, you know? I don't know, man. It doesn't seem like it's economically viable to rent a space in Midtown Manhattan.
Like who's getting? He gets all these. I don't even know if he gets Colin Quinn anymore. You know, like he gets all these no-name comedians, and I've never fucking heard of them. I don't want to fucking see this. I don't even like the dialogue between him and Artie. I think like it's like 2 old men going like. It's the fakest fucking laugh. It's like fucking penguins laugh from Batman.
Well, from what I see, it's just you know, the same stories that, you know, over and over again with Goodfellas references peppered in.
Oh yeah, Fonzie references, man. It's fucking like, it's fucking 2018. Who is making references to Fonzie from Happy Days?
Well, I don't know what their demo is. It's just like I don't know, like who, like, so okay, so you're appealing to, like, I guess men like 40, 45 and plus, like, so what man, like, what 48-year-old dude is like running to go watch his video podcast that he subscribes to? Like, I don't know a lot of dudes like that, you know. So like, what's your demo? Like, I don't fucking.
I just like, well, they don't have like an app on anything outside of phones. I don't think they have an app on like computers, so I don't understand how people have it like hooked up to their TV and they're just sitting watching people fucking podcasts. It's like, this is something you do passively. You don't fucking actively sit down and watch Gavin McInnes shove the fucking microphone up his ass.
I'm not interested, dude.
What?
Oh, I'm just saying, I'm not one of these people that are interested. Like, I can't even get into like the Twitch thing. Like, I have no idea why. Like, I don't want to watch you play a video game. I want to play it. You know, I don't want to watch you play. I want to play. So
it's the same thing, man. Like they got that guy on Twitch, Dr. Disrespect, who's the biggest. What did he used to play? Not Fortnite. What's the other one called? Where you have um, where you get dropped in and the circle of combat keeps getting smaller and smaller. What's that called?
I don't know. It's not. I don't think I've played it.
Some fucking multiplayer game. These
I don't think
kids.
I don't think I've played anything except for fucking like Civilization 5 in like a year.
My only gaming addiction is that bloody Mad Max game. Just because it's like Red Dead Redemption with cars. Like I'm just going around this desolate world.
Oh, so GTA.
Whoa,
it's Red Dead Redemption with cars.
No. I'm talking about the Mad Max.
No, I know. I'm kidding.
The Mad Max world feels more like Red Dead than GTA felt like. That was too zany. I couldn't get into 5. It was too fucking zany.
Well, you know what? I'll tell you what. When I was
PUBG was the game I was looking for. Thanks.
When I was playing GTA 5, I wondered. I'm like, you know, because you see shit like you're driving around, and then all of a sudden there's like a jet flying around, and then there's like a military base, but then like you're right in the city, and I'm like, this is crazy. Like I'm sure the environment artists, you know, do their thing, but like there's no way. But then I fucking moved to Southern California, and it is exact. Like every little piece of it is perfect. Like the jets, the fucking military shit, like the city, dude, it's all perfect. It's bizarre.
But
like I bugged out.
Yeah, but you're dealing with a world of Google Maps now. So like if people want to like completely map an area, like it's all there. You don't have to go there and take your own pictures. They just exist.
Well, you know, development cycles are quite intense, and you know, I mean, the level that Google Maps is at now is nowhere near where it was back when I'm sure development started for that. So,
what are you talking about, man? Sure, Google Maps is 4 years. Like that Street View, that's all like 4 or 5 years ago. You know, so.
No. Well, from when it came out in what 13. So you're talking about whatever the Google Map technology was back in like 06 or 7, which you know it was probably okay, but not like how it is now, where you got like Street View and you could just walk around and shit.
Well, someone in the chat's asking a question. Now that you brought up GTA, what's it like working at Rockstar, Danny? That was the question posed by the chat.
It was very nice.
It was very nice is the answer to that question. Let's move along. Next question. There's no any more questions. Just throw them in the chat. I'll get to them eventually. But I don't know. Like my real love's for Red Dead. I hope this new one is twice as big, 3 times as big. You know. I know you're
well, unless they put it out for PC, I'm not gonna know because I'm not really a console guy these days.
Oh yeah, I always got to keep that stuff separate, man. I can't have a working system with games in the background. You know what I mean? Like too much temptation.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm used to it, I suppose.
Even with fucking Twitter and stuff, sometimes I just gotta log out and like realize, yeah, I gotta get my shit together. And
you know, I was still playing Xbox 360 and PS3 when I built my first PC, and I think the game that did it was my fucking dog barking outside. Shut up.
Hey, don't worry about it. It's all right. As long as you're not getting attacked by a dog in your house, you're getting like swatted.
So I played, what was it? Fucking, hang on. BioShock Infinite. So I played through BioShock Infinite on my 360. And then I built my computer, and then I replayed it on my PC. Oh, and then I played Max Payne 3. And then once I played Max Payne 3, I was like, you know what? I am never buying a fucking console again. This is stupid.
Well, probably if you forged your own fucking sword, that's the only thing you want to fucking use in battle, you know. But for me, I gotta keep these things separate. Like I'm not a technical guy. I'm not gonna sit there and plug and play a fucking PC. You know,
you don't, dude. It's not as hard as people make it out to be, and like you don't really have to sit there adjusting settings. Like it's all automatic. You know, there's always everything comes with presets for your it scans your hardware, it knows what you're working with.
I don't know, man. Like I just got to go for the bare bones basic. You know, like if they're making them for consoles, they're gonna work. If they're making them for PC, not necessarily all the time it's gonna work for you. You know, depending on what you're packing. And I remember picking this years ago, and I just stuck with it. Like, it's just not worth my time and effort.
I'm a frame rate guy, and if the newer consoles, if they're generating 60 frames of a full HD image, then great. I know that I get a perfectly good amount of frames for my eyes, and I enjoy it. And a few years ago, I put the money into a good video card, so I'm happy that I did that.
Look, man, I'm a cinema guy. I don't need fucking 60 frames. This 60 frame shit, get the fuck.
No,
24 is good enough for me.
I'm agreeing with you there. When I'm watching a movie, sure, I don't want any more than 24 frames. But when I'm immersed into a video game, I want to play on something that's more than 30 frames, because I could tell. I mean, some people they can't tell, but I could easily see the difference between 30 and 60.
That's something that's pinging off in the back of your head. I watched Star Trek Next Generation. There's a lot of guys on YouTube who are like that was, I think that was shot in film, right? So what they're doing is they're faking it into 60 frames a second, and it's crazy to watch. Like Picard walking around in this.
Yeah, and it looks like a soap opera.
Yeah, it looks like it's shot in tape, and then. But then whenever you see like something like I don't know, Worf throwing a Borg across, or Worf getting thrown across the room, like it goes all shit.
Yeah, it stutters. Because it's too quick.
Yeah, it's too much going on. They don't know what's going on.
That's good for sports. Like I can understand, if you want to watch a football game like that, it makes sense, or hockey, but not in a storytelling environment.
Yeah. I understand. This is a great chat, man. We've really cleared out the audience. We're down to 0 viewers.
That's perfect.
Because we were talking about frames per second. It's hilarious. Like if I put that into the tags, there's probably someone's going to come along and go, you talk about 60 frames a second again. I hope they never get. I hope they never get up to like making movies like that, man. Like I think they've gone already a little bit too far with 4K and stuff. I think they should just.
I forget what came out, but something they were showing something at like 45. I think maybe it was a Lord of the Rings movie they put out at like 40 something frames, and people were complaining that they were getting like sick.
I think they don't know what the fuck it. I think there's a big problem within the cinema industry where they don't know what the illusion of movement and the presentation is anymore. Like so they think people want like 4K and stuff, and they want to do that because like TV companies are like, well, we've got everything up to 4K now, and people are watching like old man Anthony Cumia in 4K.
Like The Office.
We need to compete with that. So they think they gotta like film stuff like those Batman films that came out with what was the IMAX camera? What was that called again? I forget. But we filmed 6 scenes. Oh, right, great. So you got 6 scenes in the movie that don't fucking match any other fucking part of the movie. Like you actually watch on a fucking DVD and the fucking scene's bigger. Like
the aspect changes in the middle of the movie.
Yeah, what the fuck is this? Like why did they think that was a good idea? Like it just looks like you got some sort of pirated movie now, but that's legitimately why they fucking made it and released it.
Yeah, well, I think I didn't see it, but I think I remember reading that the last Transformers movie did a similar thing, and you could watch the entire film, and it goes through like 4 different aspect ratios before it's over.
Dude, like I don't even have it within me to watch that stuff anymore. Like I watched Transformers 3 in Spanish. I didn't even care what the fucking storyline was. I was just watching to see what, like, who's in this fucking what's his name. But like I had a copy of Turtles 2 sitting about. Couldn't even bring myself to watch it. I went to see the first one with my friend and her kid, and like it was like uh he went crazy for it, but I was like, I could have done with more puppets in that, to be honest with you, as opposed to
Oh, I saw
what
that
I
they have
saw.
like the turtles. They scare me now because they have like noses, and it's fucking to creep me out. I don't like it.
I think they might have, but like you might have like a memory of the cartoon show where they were very undetailed. And
Yeah,
if you go
yeah,
back and look at that, like they're as animated as the fucking Scooby Gang. It's terrible looking now.
yeah. I don't have any kind of interest in that these days. I got a little pretentious with my fucking movie tastes.
Dude,
But you know what? I'll tell you though,
I
I agree with you when you say that the movies don't know what they're doing with their presentation because I'm a big fan of. I don't know if you have anything like over here. We have something called the Alamo Draft House, where basically
I'm aware of it.
yeah,
I
it's
follow.
where they just do fun things like yeah, sure they show they're gonna have the fucking Avengers movie, sure, but like on the weekend they might have like a Ferris Bueller quote along brunch or some shit like that, and I think that's more of the direction where you need to go. You need to convince people that paying their fucking $14 ticket is worth it. Why should I go? Don't show me something that my eyes can't even process. Make my experience better, and I think that's really where cinema needs to be.
Dude, but what's the fucking point in having like a Transformers movie where like half the world's exploding? If like I could get a ticket and go see Die Hard, this film I've seen like 100 times over.
Yeah,
But
and you know what?
I
I've
want to
totally
see
done
that.
it. I've
Yeah,
gone.
yeah.
There's a place in Brooklyn called the Nighthawk Cinema, and I used to go there all the fucking time on the weekends because that's when they had the cool shit that was going on. They would do like they used to do there's something called Spoons, Tunes, and Booze where you could show up like Saturday morning at 10:30 in the morning, and there's like full on cereal bar and booze and brunch and everything. You just get hammered and watch fucking He-Man.
Oh
Like
man,
it's the shit. I think I
fucking
went there for a midnight. I think my girlfriend at the time, I was like, "Yo, you ever seen RoboCop?" And she's like, "No." I'm like, "Well, let's get in the car." And then we went and see a fucking midnight version of RoboCop. And then she loved RoboCop.
Your first big mistake there is that you end up going out with a girl without actually knowing if she likes RoboCop or not.
Well, see, that's the thing. See, but when you kind of
always feel like a primary question.
what happens is when I'm a guy, I'm 37, right? So even when I'm 32, when you date a 25-year-old girl or whatever, the chances of her knowing or seeing RoboCop is pretty slim, even at that point. So
Yeah, I seen the one from 2014 where like
no, I won't even try. I won't even try. I don't care about that. I can't watch the new Total Recall.
Did you watch? I watched the remake of RoboCop and I was 50-50 on it. Like I felt like, okay, if they make a sequel to this, it could be fucking like it's almost like reverse RoboCop, as in this is the bullshit we had to get through to get to a sequel, but they'll never make a sequel. But the first RoboCop's like this is perfection, but we're going to keep making sequels of complete bullshit.
It just felt very sterile. Like the remake, it just felt like another movie that anybody's ever seen. But like RoboCop had a feel to it. It had this vibe, that they couldn't recapture in that reboot.
Oh, and, I knew I was in for a complete and utter trash as soon as I heard the fucking jazzed up theme tune. Like I knew it's gonna be a fuck up from start to finish. They just threw some beats in behind it. Oh my god. Flashbacks to that sitting in the cinema grabbing my knees going, I can't believe they've done this. Why have they done this? What was the movie?
What's that?
I was talking about on Twitter the other day. I couldn't believe they made it. Venom, the Venom movie. That looks like complete and utter.
Well, listen,
trash.
I don't know how you have a Venom movie without Spider-Man. I just don't get it. Like that's the big rivalry. I don't really remember Venom having beef with anybody else. I mean, I remember when Carnage came around in the early 90s, like 93, but like it was like this threesome, and it was always Venom, Carnage, Spider-Man. So I don't understand how you how do you have a Venom without Peter Parker and Spider-Man?
I think they're going to tie them up eventually, but who's the
Yeah,
bad
but they
guy
can't
in
because there's
that
different
movie?
rights because
Is it
Sony.
Carnage?
Yeah, the red guy is Carnage, but I think Sony has the
Yeah, yeah.
rights. So anything that they do, like I'm pretty sure that for Spider-Man to be in Infinity Wars, like Sony had to make do some handshake deal with Marvel because they hold the rights to Spider-Man for I think another couple of years at least.
The only thing that I think they've got the rights indefinitely as long as they keep making movies.
I don't know. I haven't looked it up
I don't
recently.
know, but like I think that's the way it is. But I tell you what about Infinity Wars, uh, there might be a Silver Surfer showing up. That's the only thing that has me excited about it. I don't care what happens to the rest of these people. I saw that Thor 3. It was pretty good. It was funny. I don't know who wrote the script on that, but it was entertaining and funny. Seemed like it'd been a long time since I saw an entertaining and funny Marvel movie. So Spider-Man, the last one was okay, but how many times can you retread this? I gotta go see this fucking teenager spin his webs.
Well, I saw Logan and I liked it. I thought I was in for a horseshit movie. Like I thought that I was gonna see Wolverine 3, really, or whatever it is.
Hey, I got to toe the opposite direction in that. I thought Logan was pish as compared to the Wolverine. I thought the Wolverine was strong, and I felt like X-Men Origins Wolverine was. It was.
That was terrible.
Yeah, but in a good way. It's like watching a train wreck that you can't stop watching. So fucking silly.
You know what? I like that. That's my preferred version of Deadpool when he just shut the fuck up and didn't say anything.
I can't even watch that movie. I tried to watch that movie and it was so fucking crap. I was like, oh man, like I can't watch this.
Well,
like,
this is what I think about maybe why I like Logan and why my people that are my age or whatever like Logan. And I who's fucking shut up phone? I'm doing this now. So look at the video game The Last of Us.
Yes.
Which is the story about a dude and he's protecting his kid. Same if you have played the Telltale games version of The Walking Dead, like the point and click adventure. It's pretty good. And again, it's a story about.
Hey, well, I gotta stop you right there. I always feel like The Last of Us is the remake of Enslaved: Odyssey to the West.
I don't know if I'm familiar with it.
Well, it was like the story of Monkey, Tripakaka or whatever the fuck it is, the Japanese story where the monkey has to guide the princess.
Wait, hold on. Oh my god, I don't know. My phone won't shut up. Shut up.
What's happening here?
I don't know. I got an urgent alert from MoviePass, but now I don't know what it is.
I thought you were getting like serenaded, like someone walked into the room and just started playing like a mandolin.
No, there was an urgent MoviePass update. Oh no!
What?
If they change my shit, I'm gonna be so mad.
What do you mean?
I'll figure it out later. Well, MoviePass, what it is now, the subscription for MoviePass is that it's $10 a month, and you can go see a movie every day if you want, which is crazy, but you could.
What? Look! I'm not making this up here, man. What's coming out?
What, like good?
Yeah.
Hold on. You got me unprepared.
It's not that you're unprepared. There's just nothing fucking coming out. I think Solo looks good, but what else is coming out? I don't know.
Well, as of right now, the only thing I really give I saw A Quiet Place. Quiet Place is really good. I didn't really expect much to be going on there, but I really liked it. It's well done. I'm sorry?
Who's in that? Tell me about it.
That's John Krasinski from plays Jim from the American version of The Office, and his wife Emily Blunt, who is also in Tom Cruise film Edge of Tomorrow, which was surprisingly better than you'd think. Yeah, I thought that was going to be a lump of shit, dude, and that was great.
Hey, you just reminded me. There's a new Mission Impossible coming out. I'll always go see a Mission Impossible.
Look, Tom Cruise is a hard guy to hate. I don't like his Scientology views. I think he's a douchebag, but you know what? He makes really good movies.
He makes the best movies, man. Like, if I can look at a title of a movie and it says Tom Cruise above it, and I just go, it's probably good. You know, probably someone's getting beaten up. It's probably
look, the marketing.
Actually, I got to roll that back there. I got beef with a Tom Cruise movie from the last 5 years. What was the one where he was the military detective?
Oh,
Jack Reacher 1 was a great movie.
Jack Reacher, right? Jack, is that what I'm talking about?
Jack Reacher 2 was a really, really bad movie. That was stinkeroo. The big stinkeroo.
Yeah, you know what? I'm trying to look at like what's coming out soon, and yeah, I don't really see too much.
Which one? Yeah, I think Solo looks really good. Looks like the best Disney output for Star Wars since they got the rights.
Well, Jurassic World is gonna come out, but I mean that's gonna be a fucking hunk of shit.
It's gonna be awful, man. Like the only way they could go with that now is probably to remake it. But they're probably waiting that. They'll probably try and get Sam Neill back for the third Jurassic World, right? That's the only way they could go. But I just lose half of your budget and get Sam Neill in as the main character and CGI a bunch of stuff around him, like they did with 3. I don't even think they had a story for 3, but it's just so much better because he was the guy from the first film. You know, he was the guy.
I don't know. For me, the CGI that's coming out, like it looks detailed and like it's visually, pleasing, but it to me there's no depth and everything looks flat. And so when you have these characters jumping around and bouncing around in front of a screen, to me it looks like a color form. You remember color forms when you were a kid? Those little fucking flat plastic things that would come with a background, and you could just smoosh them on the background and like make little fucking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So to me, like that's what it looks like. Like when I watch these fucking, like when I watch the trailer for the Ant-Man and the Wasp or whatever, to me it looks like someone's playing with a fucking color form set because it all looks so 2-dimensional and there's no depth anywhere.
That drives me crazy. I watched that Ant-Man movie. I will never watch that again. It was so shit.
Well, that's the thing. It's like that's all they're good for. They're these great disposable movies that like, oh, you got to kill time before a flight. I'll go see Ant-Man. You know what I mean? Like that's what they're good for.
Yeah, but like they used to be good. That's what I'm saying. Disposable movies like RoboCop or Die Hard. These films got turned in, and they were like, whoa. Something else here, by accident, like Terminator should be like a disposable movie. But
I mean, I remember the first, what was it, 2001 or 2000 Spider-Man? I didn't mind it. That was fine with me. I like that movie.
It's a good movie. I love those movies. They're Sam Raimi movies, like they got a good amount of
like fucking dude, Darkman.
I love Darkman. Have you seen the sequels with Arnold Vosloo?
Yeah, but I don't. I've seen the first one way more times than I've seen.
Dude, maybe sequels. you gotta do yourself a favor. Sunlight. You gotta go get Die Darkman Die and Darkman 3: The Return of Durant.
Is that the one? Because you know what I always do? I always quote the scene where fucking Darkman, like he records Durant's voice. And I think he's picking up some groceries or some shit. And the guy's like, oh, can I give you like paper? And he's like, that will be just fine. I fucking say that shit all the time. No one has any idea what I'm talking about.
Some people like to quote Liam Neeson in saying,
take the fucking elephant.
Take the pink elephant. Take it. The pink elephant, if you please. How did he get a career out of that voice? Like, I don't understand. Like he came into Hollywood as a comic hero, and
his girlfriend in the movie is Frances McDormand.
Yeah,
she's taking home Oscars for fucking 3 billboards. she's just the girlfriend in fucking Darkman.
Yeah, man. But like, even if you go back and look at like the end scene from Darkman again, it's amazing. The whole shootout on top of the
warehouse. on top of the girders, and then Darkman fucking he grabs the girl, and the way the camera follows him as he swings is basically identical to the very ending of Spider-Man, which is again Sam Raimi. When he's swinging with Mary Jane, it's the same fucking shot, and you could see that Darkman was just practice for fucking Spider-Man.
Well, I heard the story that Sam Raimi had tried to get the Shadow, and he couldn't get it off the ground, but they'd go with he did the copycat hero, and that was Darkman, and obviously there was like a bit of success around Darkman, so it got like
I remember it coming on
a TV show.
It was on my radar because I remember they would buy full page ads in the comic books that I was reading at the time. So like that was a time when I was reading a ton of comic books. So you'd flip the pages, and then there's a full page for Encino Man. And then a few more pages, there's a fucking full page for Darkman. So, those movies get on your radar because they're right, they're coming to your eye every week with a new book.
Yeah. I got to tell you, man, Encino Man, outside of the USA, is called California Man.
Well, that makes sense.
I'm not making that up because absolutely no one knew what the fuck that was. So they just called it California Man.
Well, now I know something that I did not know yesterday.
Like if they made a sequel to that, like now with the state of what's his name? What's the main guy?
Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, like he's he's pushing 50. Is he 50? I don't know.
Well, I think he's coming. I think he's got a comeback going, right?
I don't know what he's got going, man. But like, if they made a sequel to that, I'd be all in to watch that. Like like a Pauly Shore back.
Yeah, but he's not looking. Paulie's looking old.
Yeah, but
Sean
that's the
Astin's
point.
Too fat, dude. Didn't you see him in Stranger Things too?
No, man, I didn't even watch Stranger Things.
You're too old. You're too old, fat man, and your tits are too big.
Stuff. Man, like I see that guy who's playing Hellboy is everywhere. He was in all these commercials for Tide, and I don't know what the fascination with that guy is. Like, this is not a. Is he even going to be a good Hellboy? I don't know, maybe. But what's he got beyond that? Stranger Things Series 3? How many films could that guy possibly sail past you,
I mean, look, I don't even think that there was a need for a Stranger Things season 2. I think it wrapped up fine with the first. I don't think, you don't need, everything wrapped up for you in a little bow. And, season 2 was fine. Season 2 was great. It was all right. But you know what? Let these things be legendary. They don't have to fucking fade away into ridiculousness. They can just be.
Are you trying to say Star Wars talk here, like the past die?
Well, I think it's very oversaturated. The Star Wars market is very oversaturated right now because you have a major title coming out once per year, and then you have these little subtitles coming out, 6 months later. So every 6 months you're being inundated with with more Star Wars content, and I think it's just
I don't get that, man.
Fucking enough.
Disney's got the rights for Indiana Jones. Where's the next one of those? And they got the rights for Tron. I mean, like, just break it up. Like push Tron as hard as you're pushing Star Wars. You could have another film series, but they want like everything. Like it's almost like they have like a little corporate office for like Marvel and a little corporate office for Star Wars. And those outcompete everything else, and they're just at war with each other. They're like, it's like, you remember WCW and WWF? It's like whenever they were at war with each other, but then Vince bought them all, so they were pretending they're at war with each other. Mm-hmm. So you got like film series that are at war with each other, but they're not really. They're all by the same production company, or not production company, distributor.
Yeah, I don't. I don't know why that. I mean, I just wish they would spread it out. Like, I mean, I wish the content was better also, but let the content be what it is. But at least spread it out a little bit because like I I just saw that The Force Awakens last year, you know, and then The Last Jedi comes out, and it's just like, well, you know, at least back in the day, they would space these things out by like, you know, 2-3 years, but now it's just like boom next year, and then you have, you know, Rogue One, and now we're coming out with Solo, and then there's gonna be something else. So it's just like, it's like, bro, like slow the fuck down.
You know, in saying that, like, I think it's a bad idea, but this other film series I wish would do the same. Like, if there was a James Bond film like every year, I'd probably watch it. It probably wouldn't matter how bad it got as well, because like even with having like a 5-year gap between Bonds or a 4-year gap, it's trash. So like, why not be making it every year or 2 years? And
yeah, like a Friday.
Don't worry so much about it, you know. It just
I mean, look, I walked out of the last one. I went to see it with my girlfriend at the time, and like, you know, I got through that opening scene, and then I'm like, okay, now this movie's gonna start, and like, I had no idea who anybody was. I didn't understand why Bond was fucking some girl with, you know, inside of minute 17, and I'm like, you know what, this is dumb. Let's just go.
You're cutting the fucking minutes. I just don't think it's good anymore. It's like the series has added itself. I went to see that at the cinema, and people started laughing at the, you know, the pre-titles, not the pre-title sequence, the title sequence, because they just played the song in its entirety, and it's not so good. Like the song has a dip in it, like where you would think the film's about to begin, but they just started the song back up. And
I mean, look, the action sequence, you know, was nice, but you know, okay, cool. But now you got to make a movie. Like now there's got to be a story that keeps me like interested.
Yeah, well, you know, like they were all dying for that Sam Mendes guy to come back, but he's a big theater director, and I don't think he brought anything to the table. I think a lot of people like to get hoi polloi about the Bond films, but the hoi polloi is killing the Bond industry. Bond should be a little bit less snobbish. Hopefully when Daniel Craig leaves, then it'll get back to being good again. I think Daniel Craig's a big part of the problem.
I think
he's trying to be like a serious actor. And he's bringing in these directors, and they're a bit too serious. Like, what's a Bond film? Need a serious director for him. And like, a Bond film's a Bond film. It's sell either way. You'd get like a nobody in.
I mean, I grew up in the 80s, so, you know, that was like the worst fucking time for Bond. So growing up, I never even gave a shit about Bond movies.
You say that, but like, what are you up against? Some Roger Moore stuff, some Timothy Dalton stuff? They're all right. Yeah, they're better than the last one I saw.
I think, and then Pierce Brosnan came around. I think GoldenEye was the first, like, you know, Bond's back kind of a thing. But I think I was old enough by that point. Like, I just didn't care. Like, I'm sure it's a fine movie. I just didn't give a fuck. Like, you know, to me, GoldenEye is Nintendo 64. Like, I could care less about the movie.
A lot of people will like that. I don't know. Pierce is all right. His films are all right. The last one's not so good. But anyway, let's. We've strayed so far off topic. What did we come here for?
I don't know.
I was just gonna bad my Zion Z and the Reddit board people. What's going on with your Reddit? You got like the Pancakes house or something now?
I got a what now?
Your Reddit.
Oh, you know what? I just made it big. I noticed that somebody else had taken it, you know, just to fuck with me. So I figured I might as well just make my own, just so that I have one that I have control over. But yeah, no one's posting over there. But
I would just let them fuck with you. Let them fucking go crazy.
Well, they do. They go crazy every day. What else is new?
What is he gonna do, man? What are you gonna do? Fucking reply to them all? I posted stuff on Reddit the other day, and my inbox went crazy with people like replying to me about fucking Mad Max films. Like, man, I don't even care to fucking reply to them.
Yeah, it blows up, and then like if you have an app on your phone, then you know every time you get a reply, and then your phone's blowing up, and you know. That's one thing I don't understand. Like, people think that in order to like be on Reddit or Twitter, you have to like go down into your internet dungeon, like fucking James Gum from Silence of the Lambs, you know. like
well,
lock
Twitter's
yourself
a different
in.
thing altogether.
It's like, dude, it's just your
I love
phone. Like
Twitter,
I could reply.
like,
You know, you responding to something on Reddit is like my buddy texting me, yo, what are you doing? Because I'm accessing it as easily as, you know, I'm accessing one as easily as the other. So it's like, why are we pretending like it's a big deal? Like you're just basically blowing up my phone all day.
I don't understand why you'd have the Reddit app on your phone.
Because I take shits when I'm not in front of, because I'm not like Cartman where I'm like, mom, bathroom. I want to go read about I want to read about my country and how it's falling apart while I fucking shit out Doritos and dark chocolate M&Ms.
Like, I'm reading Reddit right now. I'm not saying this. So, like, the replies I got to post in this video is, Danny is a kike. Danny is a kike. Danny is a kike.
What did you expect, my friend? What did you expect?
Yeah, I didn't expect anything, but like, I'm just saying, like, why would you have this application on your phone?
Because there's a million other subreddits that I visit. It's not like,
yeah, I know, but like
anything that lives there. I think I lost you. Hello. Oh. I guess that's that then.
hello, 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 hello. Can you hear me? Hello? Am I still broadcasting? Is there anyone in the chat? Can you hear me? Hello? Hello? All right. My internet dropped out there. I don't know if I'm still broadcasting or not. It says the stream's offline, but it says I'm still broadcasting. How would I even know? It says I'm live now. It says I'm still live. Okay. Can you hear me? Anyone in the chat right now? Hello, chat room. Anyone in the chat? Do 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 do. Anyone in chat? All right, we're gonna cut it here. Thanks for joining me, and hope we all had a fun time.